parenting? As we are growing up, coming up, how were parents treating you, and how has that informed your life decisions and where you are now? From where I sit, I think that the punishment from my side was too much. Was way too much, because I'll be told not to go to the field, but then I'll go to school, come back all dirty, change the dirty dress, wear a new one, go to the field, play once again. Come back home, I'll be beaten from 6 to like 7 p.m. I can, yes. Not like canes. I mean, beating you up and down. You understand? So growing up for me, it was full of beatings. So I felt that the style of punishment from my dad was more of punitive, not really restorative. Because I was feeling that at a point that, at a point, you can beat me and beat me now. I'm used to the canes and then the blows and then the punches and the kicks. You understand? So from where I sit, I felt that my parents' style were more punitive than restorative.
African parenting, I feel like it's harsh. For me, I didn't like it. Still, I don't like it. But things are changing. I'm growing and things are better. Like you said, most African parents are very harsh. They want to be wild. Like the military said. And it's not the best because everyone has got like a different attitude. Some people grew up, in that kind of like timid way. Somewhere, everywhere they were like they want to be everywhere, very active children like that. I didn't grow up that way. I was timid, and my parents, they weren't so strict, but they didn't take time to know me. So with time I had to like find out for myself who I really was or who I am, because I'm still finding myself. And then you go to school and it's not the same thing, because the teachers over there, the authorities over there had the same training. Because we are in Ghana, we're in Africa, so most of them had the same training, so it's very relative. So it was a problem for me. So with time, I went to school, I saw people, I couldn't get closer because I've been told to be mute. I've been told not to like go out there so much, and it was a problem. So with time, I had to come out of myself and be a different person from who my parents were trying to bring me up, to. So I feel like it's not really the best. Same way. It's a self-way.
I think with African parenting, there's a bad side and there's a good side to it. Okay, the issue is they overdo the fear thing. Like, it's good to instill fear in us because the Bible even says spare the rod and spoil the child. Okay, so if you let the child go loose, it's going to be hell. But then they overdo the fear thing. And the issue is they don't get to know their children. That's for me. But aside from that, I feel like they've really done a good job, because if you're going to compare our continent...
A good job.
Yeah, they're really doing a good job. Like, we're all growing out to be fine women and men. If you're going to compare our continent with the others, like, where, like, children's rights and all. I'm not saying children's rights should not be observed and all, but, like, if you're supposed to compare the two, you can see that, like, things are way off over there. Guns in school, all these things. I feel that it's the fear they've instilled in us, that's what's curbing some things in our side of the country. But then they just overdo it, and then they don't get it. Because then I remember as a kid, my mom was trying to get me to, like, study a lot. And that's what helped me. I don't do TV. Like, I would rather sit down and read and all that. Like, I enjoy doing that. But then, as a child, I wasn't getting it. I'll sit behind the telly, watch cartoons. You see, then GTV, there was Cartoon Network, there was all these segments. So then, I'll sit down and watch. When I hear she's coming, I pick a book. Like, I was pretending. I wasn't being... Yes. I was pretending. But growing up, I see what they were trying. Like, I sit back, laugh, and I realized that if they didn't do certain things, we would have gone way off. Like, so I feel like there's a good side and there's a bad side. They just overdo the fear thing. That's all.
African parenting is fantastic. Is good, but then it's bad. Because, African parents really love their children. most African parents love their children. And what they don't know is how to express it, because you see, they have come from, you see, our ancestors and things, it has been improving, like the way they treat their children, because back then it was more of manual labor, work. So even till now, we still see that some parents are work-oriented. They think that if you do not go to school, that you're going to be useless, etc., etc. But then they try their best to treat us nice, to provide, especially the mothers. They try their best to, to take care of us so that we can be something in future. Most parents want their children to have a better life in the future, better than they had, but their problem is communication. Right now, I'm saying most, because, it can't be everybody. Some people have very wild stories of what their parents have done to them. There's this particular tweet, I don't know how to say it, but then that tweet has been quoted so many times with experiences that parents have done to their children, and then you wonder and be like, are these people really these people's children? So right now in my own life, I live with my mother. She's trying to communicate better. She's trying to, form a relationship. But to me, it's too late. Because since growing up, it was a mother-son relationship, not friend. We're not friends. She was my mother, and I was her son, or I am her son. So right now that she's trying, how was your day? Fine. She's expecting you to, elaborate, because right now, she's also telling us a lot of stuff, my brother and I. She tells us almost everything. But then we are the ones keeping the things to ourselves. We rather talk to ourselves, we confide in ourselves. But then they try. As for beatings, I think beatings are very good. They are wonderful because... No, it depends. I didn't say kill your child. I didn't say break your child's head. Is it negative or positive reinforcement? I can't remember. It's when you do something wrong, you should be punished, and you should be punished. You see, me all the floggings and the lashings that I received, I did not die. My mother didn't try to kill me. Thank you. They did it out of love, but even there's a way you lash someone out of love that the person will know that lashing is out of love.
We don't have anything like love lashing.
No. Do you know that someone actually lashed his son and he just went off just like that? He just collapsed just like that. Were you expect? But the person actually went down. I mean, were you expecting him to die before you know that you actually
no, if you do something wrong, what do you expect to happen to you?
No, but it's just too much.
No, it's not always about lashing.
Yeah. There are times where
you can punish a person by even yelling at them.
I don't think our parents as Africans just like get up one day and then flog us. Because for me personally, in my home and with all my other friends, like my mom has this look like, you have to stop.
That is it.
And then you don't get that look, so she's like, she yells, and then you still don't get the yelling. No, now she has to take a cane. So I think they take it from a gradual process. They don't just get up and flog it. And most of the time, the things that we know, mom or dad says we shouldn't do, that's the exact thing we keep doing. So obviously, they have to nail it. Like, that's the punishment you deserve. Or, okay, for me, when I was growing up, at some point, they stopped caning. And they're like, okay, go to the naughty corner. So, the naughty corner.
Yeah.
So, then at some point, they're like, okay, cane isn't really working for her because she's been caned a lot. So, you go to another place, a different dimension of punishment, or you kneel down with like.
It's not always about caning.
I feel like parents are raising children in hotel rooms. You know why? Because you're in your room, you're having problems at school, in your area, and food is ready. Come and eat. You go back on your phone. Your parents don't care. They just want to see you healthy, going, coming, and it's a problem.
I mean, for we ladies,
No, I don't think any of our parents like really did a deep sexual talk with us because I was coming there.
They didn't.
That's a gap. That's a part that we all didn't really get. We had to learn it our own ways. We
everywhere.
So they don't really address our emotional
No, it's not
issues that we
necessarily.
expect
They are supposed to
them
talk to us.
Yeah.
African parenting is the best. But just that they need just that they need education. No, just that they need education. They need education on communication, on everything. Because imagine if you are home, if you're a kid and then your dad is beating your mom. Don't think your dad wants to beat your mom. Maybe your dad was raised in a house that his father was beating, so you can't blame your dad. And then the level of education we have now is way different from the level. So in our generation, we can boldly say we are going to be better parents as compared to on this basis. He's asking me on what basis. You just sat here and said your father used to beat you mercilessly. So you've learned. You've learned from it.
Listen. So long as it began from when you were a kid, I'm telling you, when you grow up, there's still going to be that part of you that do it. Because my brothers, the same thing they said. They're like, when I have my kids, I'm never going to touch them because what my mom did to us when we were kids. But I'm telling you, my brother beats his kid, and sometimes my mom is like, yo, why? Like, because it's still there, no matter what you do.
I'm not saying you're going to stop. I didn't say you stop.
They have killed careers.
You won't stop. But
Because I have to go out and go footballer. But listen.
yeah,
I'm coming.
Listen. 15 years ago, no. 15 years ago, if you told your dad that you want to become a footballer or a musician, they were not getting anything out of it. They were not getting anything out of it. But right now,
footballers are making their jobs look like trash. They are not, so they want you to play football.
So are you sure that when you grow up and you have a kid, and your kid says they want to be a footballer, you would agree?
Okay, for us, follow your dreams. How sure are you?
Pogba earns $250,000 pounds per week. That's a manager, someone who has PhD, like 3 or 4 years salary. He's earning
So you're
that
looking at the
week.
money side.
Yes. How about you? What's the resistance? What's the resistance? To make money.
We all want to get money.
What's the resistance?
Apart from the syllables that GS brings out like every time, I think most of the education we can get them at home. Because I feel like all of us sitting here, we have learned a lot of things that weren't taught in school.
But you also know that these days our parents take us to school, like 70% or 60% takes us to school, and whatever we do at school, when we come back from school, they don't even ask us, oh, how was school?
As for that, I mean, it's a normal thing. It's a normal thing.
Busy people.
Busy people doing what? Are you
So are you going to do that to
No,
your kid?
it doesn't mean I'm going to do that to my kid.
Exactly. Then
But
don't
most
say
of us-
don't say
So
they're
why do you
busy.
say they are busy?
I'm coming there. So let's say for us at our ages, most of us kind of have parents. Some of us have parents that, oh, your dad is like, okay, I'm getting the money, that's enough for the whole family. So let mom just be at home, takes that. But now we have where feminism is like all the way up there, and we 4 girls want to work and get money. So mom isn't at home and dad isn't at home. And so for our generation, it's even more scary for us because
I know why people do that. If they are putting their career first, they put kids aside when they're ready to.
But it's not the same with us because in our African society, we believe that to be married is to produce kids. Like nobody's going to understand why you're married.
No, come on. We are not trying to take the same lane as they did.
No, we are not talking for just us. We're talking about the greater
still there.
African population.
I wanted to say, add up to something Chidi said. See, growing up, you spoke about communication between you and your mother. Okay, my mom is also a single parent. Growing up, we didn't see her at home most often. And you know the firstborn is always the experiment child. Yes. And then society, everybody had a say in your upbringing of your children because, like, though you live in a house alone, like it was maybe if it's an apartment, your neighbors, everybody has a say in your child's upbringing. So with communication, I was scared of my mom. Like she was like a monster to me then. But like my mom is my bestest friend now. Like so it's up to you and how you're going to draw closer to them. How like so how did you draw? What my mom, like she started I don't know. This is what happened. I wanted to see her views on certain things. I told you I drew off telly and all that. So like I was to myself reading, I was learning some things. I realized that, okay, I'm an experiment child. Like she's not got everything in her head. We feel that they've got everything together. No, they themselves are learning. So maybe I noticed my friends, they are actually. Because I noticed, okay, my friends are going out in school. I'll go like, so if I start going out, how's my mom going to react? Oh my God, even if I do this, she's going to kill me. So then I started bit by bit. She wasn't talking to me, but I drew closer to her. So maybe we're in a house. We used to go out, maybe one Sunday, go out to eat or something. Or she say, let's go on a trip or something sometimes. So maybe when we're out, I'll go like, oh, I'm not dating then. I think that was, I was somewhere 16. I was in high school, I think. And then I was like, oh, Mom, I'm dating. Like, I just wanted to see her reaction, if she was going to pounce on me or if she was. And she's like, no. No, she was like, what? No, she was like, what? And I was like, Mom, I'm dating. She's like, eh. Like, I could see her hand was shaking, but then, like, she was like, okay. And I was also stand at her. I was like, okay. She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. You know, she didn't say anything to me. I grew up around boys, actually. Like, I don't have a brother, but my neighbors, and so I call them all cousins, African society. So then she called one of those cousins who happily was grown. And then she told him that... Without knowledge. Yeah, he actually told me because I talked to him a lot. So then she went like, can you believe she's gone? Like, she spoke to her. Olenoni Kandi came me like this afternoon. She told me she's dating. And he was like you are actually lucky she's come up to you. I just wanted to see her reaction. If she reacted wrongly, like that was it. I wasn't going to talk to her again.
It's really important.
We are not trying to blame African parents.
No.
We're just saying that for me, I think most of them are failing to learn.
I'm failing to learn because right now
They have to do
It's hard to like accept that, okay, what I know is wrong. It's really hard.
the world is still moving.
Yeah.
They are not moving with the world.
Exactly.
That is why they are feeling.
Some are not moving with the world.
You posted the girl's picture.
I've exempted some of your family members on WhatsApp. You have all of us. I'm sure.
I don't even have your number. I have it.
Of course, because when they see, they'll ask questions.
No.
But on the normal they should ask. But on the normal they should ask. Imagine me myself if I check my brother posts a girl's picture. Cool. Jemo. I don't care.
Why?
I don't care. Yes.
I understand.
Like transferring to your brother.
That is it. But to get to a certain time, I ask him who is that. I won't say Jemo. That is it.
Okay, so it means you are learning.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let me give you a
Now
scenario.
I'm a first one. I'm using my younger brothers as
Experiment.
yes.
Experiment.
Oh, wow.
I think it's best instead of using your children.
Yes. So before I get there, I would have known so many things.
Let me give you a scenario. My dad is an elder at church. Back then, SHS. I'll come home with my hair afro. I'll come home, come and fade. I'll go to church. Oh, after church, you are greeting the deaconesses and they don't believe. Oh, okay. And you come home. When you say, "Mama, we," I say, "Oh yeah, bonnet."
Papa,
You got your haircut.
I was about to get to
I've been
that.
telling you, and I told him that listen, there are people with like very low haircuts who are bad.
Thank you.
That's the mistake. That's the mistake they make. They don't know this.
Is it?
Scenario. There are a lot of examples like that, and they stand on these things and they judge their children, and it makes them feel very worried. The parents like you are bad. That's what you are. So every time they are passing you, can you imagine 18 years, 17, 19 years children or girls and boys complain that they are going through depression? Can you imagine? At that age, it's like a playground, a very nice world, a Disney world. You have to enjoy. But now it's not like that because you don't get to know us very well, and it's a problem.
So the only thing we can
Unless
do now is learn from them. Learn. Because I can give you a scenario. Growing up, my friends, they were very, very notorious. They were more notorious than I was. But they are my friends. My parents don't know them. They come to the house with very decent haircuts. And then when I do something, my mom will tell me,
Can't you
you tell you,
In my house those days.
they'll tell you, look at your friend. And then I'll be saying, oh, look.
look? Just last year or last 2 years, the first time I did cornrow, I took it to church. Then my mother was uncomfortable, all right, but she didn't really talk. So I had it for like 2 days, and the next day was Sunday. We went to church. After service, she was like, "I'm just giving you 1 week. I want you to remove this. I want you to enjoy it and just remove it."
How old were you then?
Oh, it was just 2 years ago or something. It wasn't long ago. Then now, I twist my hair. The last two times I did it, she twisted my hair for me.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because she realized,
She has seen the light.
that's nice.
Yeah, she twisted. She knows me.
It's the same.
Perfect.
They don't get to know that.
I grew up with boys. As in, I have only brothers. I don't have a sister. And back then, man, it was like hell. Like, I'm not allowed to do anything. Like, you can't go out. Even when I'm playing in the neighborhood, like, you grew up with me, he knows. Even when I'm playing in the neighborhood by 3 p.m., my mom will call you, hey, get inside. And you know, you are now enjoying the play because plays are really nice when it starts from afternoon. Yes, I was playing with boys.
So yeah.
No. Oh, no, come on.
But sometimes there's this African proverb that says that what an elderly person standing will see. So sometimes yes. So sometimes they take decisions we don't understand. But eventually when we get there, you understand that. So this is why my mom was doing this. You also take decisions for your child that she will never understand. But it's not up to her for her to understand always. Sometimes we are parents because we are parents. You should have veto power. Sometimes you take coffee and sit down. You shouldn't question me. Sit down.
I was that kind of child where, like, if I'm moving this way and you're like, oh no, don't take this part, take this part. I'll be questioning, like, what's this?
Exactly, I'll do same too.
Yeah, and I'll still take it. I want to hit the wall before. Sometimes I say why. She's like, keep quiet.
Of course.
I'm your mother.
There's
I
not
say
like
what it's
sometimes
supposed
in
to
my
be
house I say why. Like I need to know why.
Before complain. Sometimes you shouldn't even question. They say sit down. You have to sit down.
Sometimes.
Wait, who came up with obey before complain?
Imagine, have you watched Bird Box before?
Yes, I've watched Bed.
There were instances in the movie that they had to just obey.
That's why you say what? Instances. This is a life and death
I'm not
situation.
saying, but
It wasn't a life and death situation for us.
No, you wouldn't know until you do it. You wouldn't know whether it's life or death. Look, maybe you are going out. You want to go out and play at 12 o'clock. Car break. I work at Spaceport Airport. One day I was just going out, and then a car from nowhere. I don't know if you heard of it. From 37 came to kill a woman selling with her children. So imagine say who pay alcohol, no mommy say better now say we see the
Our parents do that thing a lot. Like the day before, I'm like, oh mom.
Even when we want to
I
play in your neighborhood, even in your neighborhood.
I want to go out, and then the next morning I wake up, I'm like, yeah, I told you.
Maybe
that
I just
I'm
going to the
out.
next
And then
house.
she's like, I feel
Just
in my
next door.
spirit that something's going to happen.
Prophetess,
Well, just
So sometimes our parents they see things that we don't understand, or they take decisions that we don't understand why they're taking them. Sometimes they don't have to tell you. Imagine relax. Imagine your father telling you.
70% of the time, I'm
70
not told
exactly.
why I'm supposed to be doing something.
Or why I'm not supposed to be doing
So
something.
do you know why we still do, like, we're still disobedient? I say, like, they say don't do this and then you do it. It's because you're curious. You're like, don't pick. If, for instance, you say don't pick this cup, I say why. You say you say why. Why shouldn't I pick this cup? You don't tell me, like, what is inside this cup that he doesn't want me to, like. I won't be satisfied without lifting this cup. So if you tell me, yo, don't pick this cup. If you pick this cup, this wall is going to break or something. I won't touch it.
Biblically, that is why we are here. But if you wanted to know what God said, you should simple and short. Imagine
It's in our nature.
Imagine as a kid, your father suspects that, or your mom suspects that his brother-in-law's wife or your uncle's wife is a witch.
The African parents.
She can't tell you. Imagine that a country will say, hey, so don't. She can't tell you. She just tell you that, hey, be very careful about this woman. Simple. No. Sometimes me.
Okay, then say something that is
Oh
related
yes,
to the
yes. Say
reason.
something
Wait,
that's related.
wait.
Like maybe make me understand as a child.
7
Thank
years
you.
or 10 years old, your member will say your auntie's a witch. So that when your
Oh,
auntie,
definitely I'll sell out at some
your
point.
auntie
Make
gives
the
you food,
child
you go and
understand.
you take the food and say, "Mommy, I hear you can me." I wouldn't. She can't tell you everything.
No, you make the child understand. See, as a child,
Every kid is every kid. As a kid, you are a kid. Forget.
no. See,
As,
thank you.
as 10 years.
As kids.
Listen.
Can I make a point? As listen. At age 8, 5, 7, 6, I don't believe and think that your parents should be giving you every information, any information at all. It should be filtered.
Before the question, I think it's very, very important to build like everybody's mind, regardless their age. The reason is because I have friends who lost their parents when they were 10 years. You know, they had to go and live with their aunties, their grandmothers, and it was torture.
Exactly.
You know, so you have to train the child. Don't
you.
say. Don't say they are 2, they are 3. So you're trying to limit them.
So 2, 3.
No, I'm going to make my point.
Monday.
How do you expect them to survive when they live with people that hate them because their parents were rich and now their parents are no more, so they don't like, you know?
What we should understand is parenting doesn't mean you are the biological. Parenting is not you being the person's child. It's the way you treat the person that is parenting.
Even your biological parents, they are more treating you.
How much more?
Listen, what I'm trying to say is that whilst you have them with you, whilst you're alive, you have to teach them how to survive on their own.
Thank you.
Do you know why? Because when you make them...
So imagine
no, bro.
imagine I'm telling you,
Let him land.
Do you know what? If you make them feel like I'm always around, I'm limiting, you are 2, you are 5, so this is all you have to know for now. They'll go out there, and they'll meet different things, and they'll be lost.
Let me add up to what he's saying.
They'll be
I'm
very
giving
lost.
you a typical
Add up
scenario
and I'll
in
make
my
a point.
house.
They'll be very lost.
See, I used to attend St. Teresa's. That was my first school. They go like typical DB school. Okay, people's drivers come and drop them. Okay, so my mom packs lunch. We take breakfast at home. My mom packs lunch. There's a drink. Like I see people like kids. Then the old currency. There was 50. There was 100. Then there was, if you're having 1,000, you were rich. Yeah. So then my mom would give, not 50. You see, there was another one. There was a big one, like the 50 pesos was not 500. The really smallest one amongst them. So she packs lunch. She'll give you 500. Buy water. That's all you need. And then I see other kids with 1,000. Like she buys and then like they buy and they don't even know what to do with the change and then they dash. Like I was seeing it as my mom was more treating me. So then I went to her and I'm somebody who's like, if something's wrong with me, I'll come up to you and go like, yo. So I went to her. One time we're seated, like I make sure like, so I was like, Ma, how come they're all getting 1,000 and then I'm getting 500? She's like, she wants to let you know how to live with money. Like, she made my small brain as a child understand that, okay, this and this and this.
Do you all believe there are life processes or stages? Do you believe?
Yeah, we do.
Perfect. So every stage has its peculiar features or things you do to the child.
Now our time. What did we learn to be adolescent age?
No, wait.
I want to prove to you that right now we have 10 years.
Once we answer them, they are good to go.
Girls menstruating, but that's not the age.
No. Wait, chill. Let me ask my question. There are stages. There are stages. See. There are stages. That is why. Chris.
Puberty as like
Chris.
what 12, 13, 14.
Chris,
Now
let me ask my question.
old.
Once you answer them, then we are good to go. There are stages in life. You agree with me now? Perfect. And you also believe that we have what? Syllables. That is why when you go to class 1, we don't teach you filtration, titration, what's the name, condo, and then we don't teach you that.
It depends on your school, though.
No.
I understand.
Let me land.
You let him land. I understand where he's coming from.
Let me
So
land.
you continue. When you finish, I'll reply you.
Let me land.
You no.
Let me land. So we have what? Syllables. You understand? We have what? Syllables. So class 1. I don't know what we were taught. Maybe ABC. I don't know. Okay, KG, A, B, C, D. You don't go to KG and because we think we want the person to be mature, we start teaching the person titration, filtration. It's a process. So at age 1, I'll feed my baby with what? Maybe SME, SM what, SM that, SM this. Okay. 2 years, something else. 3 years. And I improve. I don't begin year 1 by saying your auntie is a witch. No, we don't do like that.
You're saying that. But
So it's stages. So every stage has what? The information to give to the child.
I believe at year 1, I can feed my baby cocoa. It doesn't have to be even banku. And in year 2,
what do you mean believe?
I can give my baby banku. So I don't have to follow a process before my baby will grow up. No. Even at 6 months. See what I say? I can give my baby banku. 6 months. I'm telling you, I can give the baby banku.
Perfect.
What are you saying? See, if that's what you're talking about,
parenting is
then
now
that's
what?
that one
Something personal or what? A personal what? Decision.
Personal something. We are saying it is possible.
What do you mean by it's possible?
He is saying that if a child is 7 years,
end up growing up
treat
what?
the child as
Not
a
growing up
7-year-old.
Because that's the
No.
stage.
Okay, I'm looking at getting to know their kids. Because I believe that will even inform the style of punishment they should give to their kids. So I want to see a future where the caning, the soldier thing would fade away, the military would fade away. Because I believe that if you know your child very well, if you know him very well, at age 7, maybe okay, he likes watching maybe cartoons or Shefo or something. You deny him of what? Shefo instead of canes. So if he comes back from party late, instead of beating him, so okay, at 7 p.m. is Shefo. You deny him of that Shefo. So at a point, gradually what? The canes and the punch fades
let me just add this
away.
To your point.
listen. You brought up another point. You know the thing where we are all watching a particular TV show and then there's the sexual parts. And then
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Like that one was
My mom
so
says
hard.
No, go and get me water.
What do you want to see now? What do you want to see?
No, what are they doing? What are they good for me?
You see, that's
My mom
his
tells
way.
me
Can
to
I
sleep.
train the kid? Like, no.
No, but they could do it in a better way. Oh, go get me water or something. But then if you do, wait. No, but if you do, wait. But if you do, close your eyes.
If you tell me to close my eyes, I do this. I'll still look at it.
Okay, so our parents should talk more to us. Like, everything just boils down to communication. Everything, like from trusting us to knowing who we are, it's all communication. Even in a relationship, when you don't talk to your partner, you see how things just get messed up. Exactly. So we should stop this. Even us, when we grow up, we still have that thing with our parents. We try to communicate, but they always move away because they didn't start that thing with us. And then they also try to start with us, but then, it's too late. Yeah, it's too late. So communication, number one thing, communication. Anything other else is a subset of communication. So
Our parents need patience. They need patience to be able to understand. Yes, to understand the child, because most of the time they are quick to react. Me, my mother like this. If I'm getting a girl, I like the girl to have most of the qualities of my mother, except her reaction to certain things. When she gets annoyed, I feel like beating her, but I can't. So yeah, they need patience. If you are angry, just calm down. Try to talk about it. Communication is key in everything. Communication. Listen to your children. Try and understand. Not always you put it to them. Don't always put it to them. There are times where you put it to them because they don't know anything. So yes, talk to them. Try and understand them. Punish them when they need to be punished. And some children will still be stubborn anyway. So
the punishment should be more restorative than punitive.
Let me say something close to punishing. I don't know if all of you guys experienced it, but for me, my mom will cane you and be like, if I hear pim, like she's just cane you, she wants to suppress your emotion. Like,
I see water.
Like you can't even express the pain. Please, parents, let me express my pain when I want to cry.
Wow. I actually want you to cry, but they don't want to hear you cry.
But how is that?
So cry later.